of the Kanata Muslim Association to join us for some words, inshallah. Welcome, Mehmood.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu, dear brothers and sisters. First of all, Ramadan Kareem to you all. May Allah bless you and may Allah bring His mercy and the best of the days and nights in this month for all of you and your family. This is not how we expected this Ramadan to be. Actually, when the call was made to shut down everything, we were planning and preparing how at Canada Muslim Association, how we are going to do Ramadan, what kind of programs we are going to have. And we were also working our musalla, and we were ramping up work so that our musalla is ready for Ramadan. Our schools were preparing for Ramadan activities. I know in Hikmah school, they were planning to do a whole month of Ramadan activities, but Allah had better plans for us, and Allah has given us this unique situation, a unique opportunity that I have not seen in 50 years of my life. And inshallah, future will be a much regular future that we will have, inshallah, and this calamity will go away very soon. It is a unique opportunity, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has presented to us, and see how we can make best use of this time. For example, I've spoken to many of my colleagues and friends who work in high tech. Alhamdulillah, majority of them I've spoken to have jobs. Majority of the people who work in government have jobs, but many people in our business community and many people in other industries are not working. So at this time, I think it's really important for us to help out those who are in need in our community. So alhamdulillah, we are working on some kind of plan to come back with something so that we can provide help to those in our community who need it. If you think you are in any type of need, please reach out to Imam. Please reach out to Canada Muslim Association through email or through any manner, and we will do our best, inshallah, to help you out. This is also a time to remember our brothers and sisters all over the world who are in a very difficult situation. Actually, many of the poor people are suffering the most. We are very fortunate to live in Canada, where we have big houses, and where we can go for walk. But I know in my home country, where people have very, very tiny houses, and it's very hot. It's a month of May, it's a month of April, and it's like 30 degrees Celsius with 90% humidity, and it's very hard for many people to stay in one apartment and go and do things. And many people are hungry, and suffering in many countries around the world. So it is time for us to remember as ourselves, our neighbors, and our Muslim community, and the whole of the world that is outside, that is in the world today, who is suffering because of this invisible virus that we cannot even see. As you know, if you have resources, it is also time to get out and help as many people as possible through feeding the hungry people, providing education to people abroad, in other countries and abroad, people who need it, and also to help out people in your own community. And as you know, Ramadan is a month for many mosques and many Muslim organizations. They receive about 70% of their funds from this month of Ramadan. Is to remember that they will not have the funds. With regular Ramadan, they would have 70% of their funds, but many organizations will have difficulty raising the funds because they're not able to go to masjid to raise funds. So it is time to remember those organizations. It is time to remember your masajid. There are masajids which are in financial difficulty that we know of, that need help, and our project, of course, will be impacted by this work. But I just want to ask you to remember, first of all, take the most advantage of this Ramadan. Begin with a charity. Charity is such an important thing in our religion, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala cleans your hearts and cleans a lot of sins if you give charity. And there is 700 times rewards for charity in this month. So take advantage of that. Don't let this month go by, and help your brothers and sisters, help your neighbors. I was walking by one day on my street, and I talked to one neighbor, uh, occasionally. But when I talked to him and I said, "Hey, if you need anything, please let me know. I live in this address," and he you know, his face turned completely different. He was so thankful that somebody asked him this simple question. So please take care of your neighbors and take care of your friends and take care of your institutions and masajids and many other organizations that you have been helping in the past. Continue to help them, because they are wondering like how they would continue to provide services, you know, after Ramadan. So that's all I leave with that. Make dua for me and make dua for all of our families, inshallah. Jazakallah khairun. And I'd like to thank Imam, because as soon as the shutdown was announced, you know, Imam took his Imam hat off and put his techie hat on, and with the help of Brother Jamal Zakaria, had had an entire setup, you know, with Google and YouTube and Zoom, and everything was set up, and online services were started as soon as possible in Canada Muslim Association. So please, I'm really grateful to have Imam with us in Canada, and this has been a really you can see the benefit of having somebody, you know, who is so resourceful, alhamdulillah, and who is so humble. May Allah please make dua for Imam and his family and his you know, his well-being. I know his parents are in Gatineau, and he has to visit them often, and you know, we think about him. So please make dua for his parents and his family, inshallah. So I leave with that. Jazakallah khairun. Assalamu alaikum wa